When boat fishing, an echo sounder is an extremely useful tool. The echo I use is a deeper, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use it to get the very best out of it. So firstly, what is an echo sounder? An echo sounder is a device that sends a pulsating signal through the water, and it gives you feedback on what's on the bottom and throughout the water column. Based on the feedback it gets, it can tell you whether the bottom's soft, silty, hard, gravel. It can tell you if there's weed there, it can tell you if there's fish in the mid layers. It's very, very useful, and especially when you're fishing such large expanses of water and you really want to know what are you fishing over, what are you fishing towards. It comes in so much use. In the UK, it's something that's sort of catching on in recent years, but over on the continent in Europe, it's something that's used loads and loads and loads. I personally wouldn't go over to those big lakes in Europe without one, and it's a tool that I've used so much in my fishing in recent years. As a comparison, you can consider echo sounder as like an electronic marker float on steroids. It will tell you what's out there, what you're fishing over, and it does so in a manner that would probably be impossible with a marker float. There's a massive range of echo sounders on the market from loads and loads of different brands. So you may be wondering, why would you choose a deeper? The reason I use a deeper, there's a number of reasons. Firstly is how cheap it is. Compared to a lot of echoes using similar technology, the Chirp Plus 2 technology, a deeper is very, very cheap. I think you can get a similar level echo paying up to about £1,000, whereas a deeper is about £300. So that's one of the main reasons why I think a deeper is excellent. Another reason is how portable and mobile it is. When you use a traditional echo, you'll have a screen in front of you. You'll then have to have a separate battery to power both the echo and the screen. You can't use the battery that you use for your boat engine because that causes interference and gives you weird feedback on that screen. You then need to have the actual transducer itself, it's called, which sends out that echo pulse, and also you need to be attaching that to an echo mount. Whereas with a deeper, all you need is that little ball and an arm to attach it to the boat, and you're done. All feedback comes through your phone. So there's two reasons there. I'd use a deeper because it's quite cheap for how good the technology is, and also how portable and mobile it is. So it's very, very easy to attach the deeper to the boat. You get the arm mount, which is something made by Deeper. It's maneuverable, so all you need to do is attach it on one end to the boat, and then you can bend the arm so that the deeper's sat in the water. The deeper is actually attached via a little hinged sort of arm itself, which means that it compensates for any waves, so you won't get any funny readings. If there's a lot of waves on the water that you're on where the deeper's going up and down, the hinged arm is there to counteract those waves. Once that's all attached, you place the deeper in the water. It will send out a Wi-Fi signal that you connect to via your phone. You open up the app and you're ready to go and explore the lake with the help of your deeper. Once you're out on the water, you've connected the deeper, you're ready to go and explore. There's two ways that I'll cover a large area of water to try and figure out exactly where I want to fish. One way you can do it is Deeper offer a premium service, and in this they'll give you pre-scanned maps of a lake. If your lake's been scanned before by other Deeper users, it'll be uploaded to a database, aggregated, and it'll give you a bit of a general view of a scan of the topography of the lake. It can be quite useful to quickly ascertain where there's bars, shallow areas, anything like that, and that can be quite useful if you know, for instance, you want to fish on the top of a bar, you know that there's a bar out there around 100 yards in front of you because it says so on the Deeper map. That can be a handy little tool. However, if there isn't a premium scan for the lake you're fishing, or if you want to try and do it all yourself, then what you can do is you can go out and have the beam angle on 47 degrees. Beam angle refers to the width at which the beam of echoes comes down through the waters. Therefore, the wider the beam angle, the wider the surface area on the bottom of the lake will feedback, meaning you can cover a larger area much quicker than you would with a shallower beam angle. The only issue is it doesn't give you quite as much detail in the feedback it gives you because it's aggregating such a large area. However, if you want to cover an area quickly and really find those changes in depths, those massive areas of silt compared to massive area of weed, then going on that wide beam angle is something that's really, really important and will save you a lot of time. Once you've found an area you really like and you want to explore it a little bit further, then I'll narrow that beam angle down to 20 degrees. That'll give you a more accurate reading of exactly what you're looking at. What you're looking at, it may vary. It could be just a clear area where you've gone from having lots of feedback of green weed, and then all of a sudden you want to just find a nice area that's clear that you can present a rod on. You might be looking for lines of white on the bottom of the screen. That'll give you the indication that you're fishing over a hard bottom, or you might be just looking at those changes in depth where you want to fish at the very top of a big bar or a big hump out in the water. By changing to that narrower 20-degree beam angle, it gives you more accurate feedback of exactly what you're fishing over, which gives you more clarity and assurance over the spot that you've picked. You will notice that there's a 7-degree beam angle as well. Now, this is something that I'll use in conjunction with a bushwhacker where I'm fishing really, really accurately over small spots. On a boat, I very rarely go down to 7 degrees. In fact, I can't remember the last time I did. For me, it's the 47-degree beam angle for covering large areas in as quick a time as possible. And then once I want a bit more feedback and be a bit more accurate and detailed, I'll go to the 20-degree. The 7-degree is something that I'll very rarely use when boat fishing. Finally, you've found a spot that you like and you want to mark it on the GPS so you can go back to it once you've had a bite. That's very, very simple to do. All you need to do is press the little pin icon button on the bottom left of the screen, press that, press save place, line it up with where you are on the actual GPS map, and that will save the spot of exactly where you are at that given time. It means you can go back out to it at night once you've had a fish. You don't have to put loads of H-blocks all over the place. You can look at that marker and go straight to there. The GPS is very, very accurate on the deeper, and that's a very important tool to use when you're fishing those big expanses of water and you're fishing somewhere right in the middle of the lake and you just want to be able to get straight back out there again and fish super accurately. So that's why and how I use a deeper when I'm boat fishing. You may be wondering why you don't see all the anglers in the world using a deeper after what I've said there, and there are times when there are better echoes that you can use. For instance, an echo with a side scan or a live scope, that is something that is a step beyond the technology that deeper offers. However, it's also at the price point that's much, much higher. So for the price point of up to £800, £900, £1,000, a deeper is the echo that I'll be looking at. I'll be using it all the time. It's what I do use all the time, and I've got to say it's caught me so many fish in the past. It's made my life when fishing with a boat a hell of a lot easier. So at the moment I'm 47 degrees on the deeper, and it's given me that really generic, general view of what I'm fishing over. I'm doing it to try and explore this bay that I'm in. Are there any big humps? Are there any big lumps? Anything like that? Is there any big areas where all of a sudden a load of weed will pop up? It just means that I can cover a lot of the ground that I'm fishing over very quickly, whereas if I'm fishing with such a shallow beam that I'm getting just a tiny reading of the lake bed at any one time, I'm gonna have to go up and down, up and down, up and down for ages until I've actually covered the whole area. Like now, I'm just coming over an area where we're coming up, it's shallowing up a little bit, and it looks a lot harder than it had done previously. So I've covered a lot of area there, and it's given me quite a generic reading. I'm quite happy with what I've seen there. It looks interesting, and now to really know what I'm fishing over, I'm gonna narrow the beam, and it's going to give me an even more accurate reading of exactly what we're on top of. Right, so now I've found an area that I like the look of. I've cut to a 20-degree beam angle. You can see straight away that that angle, the feedback that I'm getting from changing that angle is changed on the screen. You can see the two different readings I'm getting. I've not changed where I'm fishing or where I am, I've just changed the beam angle. And what's happened there is, it's given me a more accurate reading of just one little area, and it's actually said to me that it's not as hard as I thought it was based off the initial reading. So what that tells me is that there are areas of hard around here, but not every area is hard. Whereas when I was on the wider angle, where it's aggregated everything, it's telling me that, oh yeah, everywhere's hard down there. So you do want to go for that narrow beam to know exactly what you're fishing on top of. So what we need to try and do now is find those smaller areas of hard. And you can see when it gets lighter, that's when it is a very hard area. So that's what we're trying to look for. And you can see if I switch back to the wide angle again, it's going to say that, yeah, we're fishing over a much harder area. So that's why it's important to make sure you're using the right beam angle. So here we are, this is a nice hard area. Where we're fishing now, it's still nice and it's still really white on the actual screen. And now, as we drifted off it, it's getting darker again. So we want to go back here, because around here was where it's quite hard. Okay, so we've found a spot that we like, where it's a little bit firmer. It's a simple case of saving the place we're at, confirming it, and now that GPS is recorded on the deeper app. It's going to stay there for as long as I want it to stay there until I delete it, so I can even come back to it on future sessions. But I know for sure now that there's a nice firm spot where that green marker is, and I can go straight back out to it, whether that be at night, whether that be 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line. That spot is going to be saved on my deeper on the app for as long as I want it to be.